Hello, my name is Abigail Plummer. I'm in ninth grade, and this is my cancer project. And I go to school. So I have a model of a healthy cell right here, and then I also made a model of a cancerous cell. And right away, you can see that there's a huge difference because this one looks more uniformed and this one is all over the place. It's enlarged, there's masses coming out of it. And so I was very curious to see what cancer was. That thing is indestructible. So first, to understand what cancer is, I have the history of cancer, and cancer has existed since history began. The first documented case of cancer was in the fossilized bones of an Egyptian man. Hippocrates, a Greek physician known as the father of medicine, takes credit for the origin of the word cancer. That is from the American Cancer Society. In Latin, we know the word cancer means crab, and the Greek word carcinos and carcinoma also refers to crab. The name is linked to these cells because the crab-like shape of the spreading cancer cells. And oncology is the study of cancer. The study of cancer started when Giovanni Morgagni of Padua did an autopsy to demonstrate patients' diseases pathologically after they died. And so I have a picture of Hippocrates. And so the shape of the crab, it was the legs that, like it's spreading out towards the cancer got its shape because it's spread out, it moved. What is cancer? Mayo Clinic defines cancer as the development of abnormal cells that divide uncontrollably and have the ability to infiltrate and destroy normal body tissue. The root cause of cancer is a mutation in the DNA. The DNA is damaged and the structure is changed when, which causes the cycle of cell reproduction, the cell cycle, and the process of cell death, apoptosis, to go AWire. So whenever there is a mutation in a normal cell, it begins to look like this, and then this spreads and it doubles. It goes from like 2 to 4 to 6, or 2 to 4 to 8 to 16. And when your body doesn't realize that, it just continues to grow and it doesn't stop. And so then I have a picture of, so this is like cancer and it spreads out onto the tissue. And then this is a picture of DNA and there's a mutation in it, there's a change. What are some of the causes of cancer? Genetics can give you a higher chance of being diagnosed, but our environment and lifestyles are just as important. If we smoke, work with toxic chemicals, or even have a high-fat intake diet, our risk of cancer increases. That doesn't mean you will get it, it just means that you have more of a chance. When we are around someone who smokes, we are breathing in that contaminated air into our lungs, which that is secondhand smoking. Cleveland Clinic states that there are 7,000 toxins released into the air from tobacco smoke. So whenever we're around someone who smokes and we're breathing that in, that goes into our body, and it goes into our lungs, and that is what fills your lungs. And that is not good at all. So one thing that you can take away is don't touch smoke, cigarettes, tobacco, anything like that. Jobs can require people to be in the same vicinity of toxic chemicals, whether they are chemical plant operators, farm workers. That's because of the soil and the I'm forgetting the word. Yeah, pesticides. Thank you. That are in there. Firefighters, chemists, or construction workers. Dealing with these harmful chemicals means taking the right precautions for safety so we can decrease overexposure and higher risk of cancer. Just as our environment increases our chances of cancer, what we ingest in our body matters as well. When we drink excessive amounts of alcohol, which you shouldn't be doing that right now anyways, and consume vast quantities of fatty foods, it causes our bodies to be deficient in the proper nutrients that it needs to function correctly. So like whenever you're just eating a lot of like candy, burgers, greasy fries, all of that, and you overeat, it just causes your body to just, in one way, feel nasty, and it just stops functioning right. And I wanted to show you that this is a picture of the lungs of someone who smokes. They turn black and they stop working, and it is just awful. And so these are the pictures of someone who doesn't smoke. They're nice, they're pink, and full of good air. And so you should have plates of a side of fruits, vegetables, protein, grains, and dairy. And it should be kind of in that portion sizes as well. And then how cancer spreads, the correct terminology or the medical terminology is metastasizes. Metastasizes is defined as the spread of cancer cells from the place where they first formed, moving to another part of the body. When cancer metastasizes, it goes into the bloodstream and nearby lymph nodes. When cancer spreads to other organs, it causes them to malfunction and shut down. And if one of your organs is shutting down, it affects your whole body. It may even result in that organ dying. When organs shut down, your body responds. If it's not immediately obvious, symptoms of the organ failure will soon follow. So like whenever you have like a tummy ache or something, that's your body telling you, hey, something's not correct right now. You should go to the doctor and figure it out. And so that's how we know like we have a cold or something is just not feeling right in your body. And so this is the process of like these are the normal cells of how it metastasizes. It starts with the mutation in the DNA, and then it just keeps growing and growing until it goes into the bloodstream. And why you don't want the cancer to go into the bloodstream is it goes all throughout your body. So I had a project in the first quarter that was through the heart, and the heart pumps the blood throughout the body, and that's the bloodstream. It goes through your veins, and it goes all throughout your body, and it's not good. So next, we have the different stages of cancer. Cancer is classified in stages ranging from 0 to 4. Stage 0, or precancerous cells, are normal cells having not metastasized and stayed where they originally originated. Stage 1, a smaller tumor remains where it originated without metastasizing. Stage 2, the cancer begins to spread into nearby lymph nodes and will grow more prominent. In stage 3, the tumor is developed into the tissue and has potentially spread to the lymph nodes. In 4, metastatic cancer, the tumor has metastasized and can be found throughout the body. Metastatic cancer can travel via the bloodstream and take residence or nearby lymph nodes. We also can classify the cancer with the letters A through D, A being less aggressive and D being the most aggressive. So it would be like 1A, 2 D to determine that. And we can see pictures of the stages, and these are the lymph nodes. They're about the size of a pea. And then the treatment options we're using right now, cancer is not just one disease, but a group of over 100 diseases related to mutations. We can get cancer anywhere in our body. Cancer is named after the organ it first originated. Examples are breast cancer, leukemia, also known as blood cancer, and lung cancer. Therefore, different solutions are applied to treat cancer. Surgery, chemotherapy, radiation therapy, hormone therapy, bone marrow therapy, and immunotherapy are the leading options. Depending on the type of cancer and how aggressive results in the treatment option, our body can be unresponsive to one solution, but doctors can use multiple options as treatment. Surgery as a treatment option is a method to remove the cancer, or at least most of the cancer, because it's not always, we might not always be able to get the whole cancer out. Chemotherapy uses powerful medicines like alkylating agents to travel through our veins. Radiation therapy manipulates intense energy beams to the area where the cancer is located. And then treatments could potentially be incapable of removing all the cancer, but they can make the cancer shrink and slow the growth process down to ease the pain or to ease the symptoms. And then here are some pictures. And then I had the question, did God create cancer? If the Bible states the Lord is merciful and just, slow to anger, and abundant in steadfast love, Psalms 103, verse 8, how can a good and merciful God create cancer? A violent and at times lethal disease. When God created the universe, Genesis 1-2, cancer was never included. It was Adam and Eve who ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and sin came into the world with that bite. When sin came, death and disease followed. So Kim, you were right. It was sin, and it was through that disease came. Cancer is a result of man's rebellion against God's ways of living the good life. Genesis 3. Since man sinned, man is the one to blame for cancer, not God. Some pictures of creation. Then I just wanted to say a quick thank you to Mr. Sunny and Miss Audra Barrett. They took the time to meet with me multiple times and ask any questions that I had. And they helped me to get a good plan together and encouraged me to push through to the end. So, thank you. That is my cancer project. Yes, Kim?
How would you remove cancer? Is there a way to treat a pet?
A pet, the same variations of the treatment options are used for animals.
I know my cat has leukemia, but she's doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
But now we face she's starting to die, so it's probably it wouldn't be no use to surgery or anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's if the cancer. Sometimes surgery isn't an option. It's just too much. If it's small enough, then we can use surgery as an option. But if it's in the blood, then it can't. Surgery isn't an option for leukemia. Yes, Mallory?
What's a lymph node?
A lymph node, so it's these places in your body. Yeah, there's some in your neck, in your armpits. Yeah, there's something with the immune system. Ariana. I'm not Ariana. Ashlyn.
Whenever there's certain parts of your body where the cancer's at, can you feel it or this?
Yes. So breast cancer, for example, if you have it, and breast cancer is mostly in women. There is some cases where it is in men, but it's prominent to women. You can actually feel a mass. And if you feel something, then you want to go to the doctor right away and be like, hey, I don't know what this is. Because it could be a cyst. It could be something else. It doesn't mean that that is cancer. But yes, there is skin cancer. You can see spots and you can feel it. So that was a good question. Ariana.
You said you can cancer can be gone, but there's still a little bit left. Then how do you get rid of it all?
Sometimes you can't get rid of all of the cancer.
Sometimes you can.
Yes.
It's just a matter of how the treatment works.
Yes.
They call it remission.
Mm-hmm.
that you'll go in remission.
So they'll keep, if you get cancer and then you're you're recovering from it, they'll keep checking in on you just to make sure that it hasn't come back. Marley?
My mom has a cyst, but it did isn't radiation like really bad for your body?
So there is symptoms that can cause, there are symptoms from the treatment options. Yes, the radiation is bad, but it kills some of the cancer cells, so it's kind of like just,
Judgment call.
yeah.
Nice job, guys. Good questions.